now, it seems like Clubhouse is the flavor of the week on the opening week here.
The third or fourth, or maybe fifth side that are around. Honestly, Tim,
that 3 of them now inside, so that process has begun, and they'll all just drop back. They're not going to give their lives away over this. No idea that Loira is hiding around the corner. Takes down Daffo. Nux is going to be down on the ground as well, and quite as expected, Des, it's not going well for Loss in round 1. Dark does manage to take down Herds, so that's something, I guess.
I'm just more worried the damage has been done at this point. They've lost the Hard Breach, they've lost the Grim, they've lost the Snake now. Nux is still on his backside, which means Dark is all by himself. At least manages to get the down on towards Loira, but this immediate aggression out of Furia in round 1. I wanted to even give him a chance to get their foot in the door by the looks of it. At least now they'll be able to recover the shield, but he's dangerously low health, as is Dark. A bullet for either of them, and they are out of this round, or potentially an impact or two coming out of DS. That'll also do the trick, Tim.
Yeah, it's not going to take much, is it? They're going to start working the hatch. 15 seconds left to go. And you can see here, Furia just sitting deep. They know exactly what the situation is. Diaz manages to pick up Dark with a headshot. Doesn't even need an impact. Is going to get the job done. Volt stops around the corner. Gets his...
It's the last drone that Los have got available to them, and only 60 seconds of the round have passed. This is so aggressive, but it's working out. Like, what is going on?
Halfway through the round, and they're taking fire damage as well. His support has joined him now. Perez is there with him, but Bot just pops up above the rafters, gets the kill, and then we'll continue fighting against Perez, who is now half health. They've got no real answer to Box Era here. Runs around the corner into Herds. We get a beautiful view of it. 5 versus 1. Furia look like they've got themselves round 2, unless Daffo can come back with a generational 1v5 Hibana clutch.
Don't be silly, Tim. That doesn't happen. Not when Furia are playing like this. In fact, it's even again if he really starts to mature and develop as the stage now really gets underway. This Blackbeard angle, by the way, you can't shoot his feet. He can shoot yours, and that is why playing the Blackbeard outside garage door is so oppressive. Now, of course, being the shield carrier, it's no big surprise. I imagine he wants to find himself tucked in against that wall. That does require top main control at the same time, though. Looks for the most part like they've got that. That's a great shot, though. Diaz getting rid of Dash. Perez at least finding one in response, and in we go, Tim. They send it in deep to try and get this diffuser down. Perez into a second. Lost starting to cook. Perez for a third as well. All from the window. That's what you want to see. Diaz getting at least one back, but he's got to hold out in a 1 versus 3. I don't quite think this one's going to go his way, unfortunately. Nux sticking it out. Dark gets the closing kill. Los are on the board.
FaZe come through before them. 1 operator each will be taken off the board. It's going to Arsenal. You need to clear that entire map, and they've just found that they're going to have a much harder time doing it. They've still got 2 up on the top floor.
And I'm pretty sure. No. Oh, I tell you what, Herds had a golden chance then. I think he was probably a bit too patient. Might pay the price for it, but still gets a kill. That cannot be happening. There's a soft wall behind him. There are other ways to deal with him when he's in that position. But he gets away with a kill. That is...
Before, I feel like the shields, they just get less powerful the fewer people there are to play around them, because now, if they commit to having that gun with the Monty, they're not pushing anywhere else. If they commit to separate and put pressure on multiple areas, you'll lose a gun because Monty has to keep that shield up. Final kill does come in, though. That's going to be Furia taking a very comfortable basement defense.
Now here, you dare not swing onto Perez. Like, surely you just don't. I was going to say, Loira, you've got some massive balls, my friend, but Perez quite rightly puts him in his place, as does Dash. This is a can to deny this plant going on through, and it isn't a terrible idea, as Nux is trying to push in on towards that window to look for a plant, but also got a backstab coming on through. We'll find at least one, as Dark also falls. Surely this doesn't fall apart for Los here, Tim.
You wouldn't expect so, but 3 versus 3, Furia can certainly hold on. Daffo manages to get them back into things and gives them that man advantage again. Still got the shield on side, and he is going to be planting. The Shamika launcher comes out, but looks at the wrong direction, really, the wrong place. Daffo able to wander in on the backside, find a couple of kills. Fairly comfortable, but under pressure elsewhere. There's not really much going on over the other side. How about that for some aggression when they needed it, though? But man, he's going to be looking to have a look on into sight. Not dealing with the bulletproof cam there, the Dockerby. Just choosing not to, I think. And not really going to gain you too much, but Furia were watching it at that time. Herds manages to get a double. Furia look like they could be good for the round now. Unable to be moved by Los from this top red position. Herds has taken full advantage of it, and all of a sudden Daffo taking damage as well, but Perez is on his own over on that side of the map, and it looks like his time could be numbered. Herds, though, gets cut down. Down in a late trade.
Yeah, again, nice ideas, I think, but we've just seen a real relentlessness from FURIA on the extended hold. Very happy to fight everything here, even though, again, we're defending off towards the other side. They don't care. They'll just take this fight every single day of the week, and Dafo at least gets one on site, and that means that the others have got to fall back, I'd imagine. In fact, we've got DS off towards his left, but there's no time left, and we're down to the final few seconds. This one, unfortunately, is cooked. A bit too much time wasted out on the extended hold by FURIA.
In the fight, FURIA.
Yeah, I think it's because they know that at some point they're going to have to rotate out of dirt, like to start getting set up in kitchen, things like that. So being able to have a little bit of aggression out and about is a good thing, and then being able to contest him is also really important. But those are really pulling out a similar thing to what FURIA did. So they're playing up on this top floor. They found 3 kills up there, because FURIA haven't committed enough players to this top floor.
Straight down dirt tunnel. It would have been an option possibly to use him along with the blitz to do that top floor roam clearance, you know, with a little bit more safety. Diaz does manage to take down Nux, but it's likely going to be an impactless kill. And there it is. Lost managed to get the trade, close out the round. And
the catwalk, come towards the short one, you're exposed to the window, you're exposed towards that soft wall. He's got no choice, but now he'll get forced to move. They should be able to get a kill onto him. No, if he gets away with that, that is a joke. How has his army got away for free? But he has Tim, and FURIA have just completely collapsed in, now collecting him, and the Wamai. That's what they were looking for. Nice shot from Perez, looking for another, but no, not able to collect. It's a 3 versus 2. FURIA with half the round to play. This is looking great for them.
yeah, Perez lost a lot of health along the way. They're going to be punished from main door. A little bit of siege time in there. He'd been watching it and prevent the calls coming out. That's exactly what he does. 40 damage. Now can go for the gunfights. No option to continue calling him. 45 seconds left to go. It's an awful long time to hold on with an SMG. Can't do it as Herds manages to find the kill. That's going to be FURIA. Opportunity. When you say loss, I've no doubt we'll find that very difficult to deal with. But Dark has not been dealt with underneath, and they pay the price. FURIA, they were on the drones, but just not well enough. Nitro goes out, doesn't get a chance to detonate. The trade is there eventually, but the damage might be done. The Blackbeard's off the board. Diaz manages to problems like that to deal with this. I'm sure it won't slow FURIA down all that much in the grand scheme of things. Working the windows now. Again, I was going to say they've let people get on their flanks a couple of times here. Dafo was looking to do the same again out of the window, but Loira says no thank you, not this time. Goes in, starts to get the diffuser down, but it's going to be Bok.
I think we'll find ourselves probably going downstairs for this one. At least we're going through the 4.
Anybody back towards Sand. It's only Dash that's actually really still committed out on the roam. Perez is in bar, but he'll have an easy drop back to site, but it doesn't matter. They're going to be rushing back to site because everybody's in there. FURIA are getting aggressive and taking ground.
Loira is just like teleported to the middle of church, and they've mown down basically everyone. This one looks all but done. Perez tries his very best to collect one, but no. Diaz is there for the close, and FURIA...
Making sure he's all set. And Diaz, thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations on the win. Before we talk about today, I want to ask you about Salt Lake City. What happened there, and what was the fallout? Hello, Loira. What was the fallout from SLC going into stage 1?
Say what? I didn't hear.
The first bit is what happened in Salt Lake City in general with the team, with the performance. Yeah.
It's a tough question. To be honest, what happened was we weren't really able to scrim for 2 weeks prior to the event. Herds lost his passport and Bach had his visa denied, so we were in the shits for 2 weeks. Basically. And when we got to the event, we didn't know how to play the game. That's basically what happened. It sounds like an excuse, but to us, it's a good one.
I get the visa issues. Well, okay, that aside, setting those kind of force majeure things aside, what happened afterwards in preparation for stage 1? What was the drawing board like, the preparation to get into a fresh stage with a format that you're more comfortable, familiar with?
It was pretty default, to be honest. We just kept the stuff that was good prior to the major. We copied a bunch of strats. We scrimmed every day. We worked our asses off every day, and that's basically it. Nothing really different.
I think focusing on this game... Don't worry. I think focusing back on the game, I saw you guys run the double shield setup, which I think is really cool. Is that something you stole from the old Team Secret, or is that something that you're gonna show more during the stage?
Yeah, I mean that's just the meta nowadays. You can't really run from it. Even I've been having some time on the shield and scrims, so I mean it's the meta.
Seeing
You gotta
DS on
use it.
shields tomorrow is.
Hopefully not, but eventually, yeah. I'm kind of nasty on it. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm actually interested. I guess speaking of the meta as well, you know what? Thinking of the Dokkaebi buff, the first thing I was thinking of abusing it was your team because of the firepower on the team, the really aggressive roam clears that I saw you guys do. Like I just cannot wait to see you guys combine like Dokkaebi with Solid Snake with Deimos. Like I think you guys have from the current meta, you can benefit a lot from the strength of these operators. Is that something we're gonna see more of? Because you know I was kind of hungry for it, and I only see one round of Dokkaebi with you guys.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. It's very, very OP. There's so many like different combinations that you can use it with. You stated a bunch. You can put it with Flores, for example. You're trying to clear a guy. You throw a Flores drone at him and call him at the same time. Spam calls. There's just so much you can do with it, and it fits our playstyle very well. So until they nerf it, we'll be abusing it for sure.
It's definitely something to look forward to, at least for tomorrow. You're playing against INTZ. Any last words to them and to the Furia fans out there before we close things up for the year?
Good luck to them, and thank you for all the people that support us. Yeah. That's it.
Thank you very much, DS. Congratulations to yourself and to Furia. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Thank you too.
Gonna show even more with that playstyle. Because as a reminder, as much as it is super entertaining and we've seen these highlights from Furia, their playstyle is aggression, and aggression is based on one thing, confidence. And so if you're completely in shambles mentally going into the major, obviously this is going to impact a team that has this playstyle way more than a team that just goes through their set plays and plays very methodical. And it's the double-edged sword that we spoke about before, right?